It's a beautiful thing when the Florida Gators have added a commit to the class of 2025 as quarterback Austin Simmons has committed to the Florida Gators. And I mean, four-star quarterback out of Pahokee. Austin Simmons is also a dual sport player as he will be playing football and basketball. He had offers from multiple other schools to play both sports, but he did say that Florida has allowed him, or Florida has offered him, for both football and basketball and baseball, and he intends on playing both sports. Not the first guy to do this, won't be the last guy to do this, as of course we've seen Max Brown right now, who is also in the quarterback room, is a football player, a quarterback that is playing baseball for the Florida Gators baseball team. But of course, Max Brown, not a pitcher like Austin Simmons is. Max Brown's an outfielder. And yes, Austin Simmons has said that he's got scholarship offers from Florida to play both sports and that he intends on playing both sports. Austin Simmons is also the first class for the Florida Gators the first commit in the class of 2025. With this commitment, though, Florida joins the Georgia Bulldogs, Alabama Crimson Tide, Colorado, which Colorado is just wild to me, but Colorado Buffalo, Penn State Nittany Lions, Michigan Wolverines, and Cal Golden Bears. Cal has a commit for 2025, but now Florida is one of 7 schools that has a commit in the class of 2025. It's just insane. What's up, Todd? It is insane for this. And yes, we all know the story with Austin Simmons that he is a 2025 commit. And the video is going viral as of like yesterday or Sunday, where he's got a 5.34 GPA. He's been finished with high school classes since he was a high school freshman. He was homeschooled, which is probably pretty relevant in terms of having that accelerated course load. He can reclassify to 2024. He can reclassify to 2023 and enroll in the spring or summer semesters or fall semester if he wants to. But I don't think that announcement's coming today. It could happen. It could not. But I think regardless, that announcement isn't coming today. He probably just wants to celebrate his commitment. And, he said it on his live that with Footballville, I think is the Instagram account that he was live with, where he's got a baseball game today. like he's still a high school kid. Like he's got a baseball game today. He's probably not focused on whether or not he will reclassify, but right now he is a 2025 quarterback, and for now he's going to stay there. And he even said that when he's at Florida and he is, at Florida for the first 4 years of his college career or whatever it might be, that he will be, or that he could be going for his PhD, which is nothing short of absolutely freaking ridiculous. But that he can go for his PhD, which is, again, insane that this kid's a 2025 kid could reclassify to 2023 because he's already got college credits, and I barely graduated high school when I was there. Graduated college better than I graduated high school, but that's besides the point. But Florida, I mean, the thing for me here is Florida as a university has never had a homeschooled lefty quarterback succeed in Gainesville, right? That's just not what Florida does. Of course, Tim Tebow homeschooled and played for Nice. And now Austin Simmons has committed to the Florida Gators to the 2025 class, lefty. He said that the decision came down for him between Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Ole Miss, and Arkansas that were in the running as well, which I like because Austin Simmons did have offers from both the Miami Hurricanes and Florida State Seminoles, but they were not in the final list. My assumption here, just based on those schools that he had listed, and Vanderbilt is in there, but based on the schools that he had listed, my assumption is those schools told him, hey, you can show up and you can play football and you can play baseball and we won't have an issue with that. Not that Miami or Florida State said that they will have an issue with that. I'm not saying that, but I think that based on that final list, he was looking for the most part, solid academic university, solid athletic university that will let him be the dual sport athlete that he wants to be. And Florida won out there, which obviously makes sense considering Florida football. I don't care what you think about the current state of the program. Florida football is still a prestigious program. Florida baseball, whooping butt right now. So for me, I think that's kind of what it came down to for him. Again, I'm not him. I can't give you the answer, but Austin Simmons is someone to be excited for because when you think about it, if he reclassifies to 2023, great. You have a freshman coming in for the 2023 class where you had the whole Jaden Rashada debacle. You had the whole Marcus Stokes debacle. You had Jalen Kitna's issues. You had a lot happen that left you with a room that at one point in 2023, like right after Lagway committed, you were like, oh my goodness, we got Stokes and Lagway are going to be here. Or right after Rashada committed, right after Lagway committed, you had Stokes and Rashada are going to be here for 2023. You had Jalen Kitna, who was looking promising. You had Lagway on board for 2024. And it was like, oh man, this Florida Gators class is looking nice. This quarterback room is looking very strong. And then it all just plummeted for 2023. So for the Florida Gators if you add Austin Simmons to 2023, fantastic. If he waits until 2025, you've already got your quarterback committed for 2025. Yeah, this is a win-win in any way you look at it. So Florida Gators fans should be excited about this. We're about to talk about what else went into this commitment. And if there's any questions in the chat, feel free to drop them and I'll get to them. But first, this bonus episode of Locked On Gators is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. And also, they've been handing out profit boosts like candy. Like it's insane. I will say thank you so much, UConn, because UConn has made me a solid chunk of change this tournament by winning so many games so handedly and wrapped up with a nice, I bet UConn -6.5. They won by 17. So yeah, they covered the spread there. It was a beautiful thing to see. New customers, like I said, no sweat first bet. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets. If your first bet doesn't win, go to FanDuel.com/lockedon, FanDuel.com/lockedon to learn more. To wrap up this bonus episode of Locked On Gators, we are talking about Austin Simmons' impact on the quarterback room in the sense where it will have no impact on DJ Lagway. Okay? Maybe long-term, we'll see them battle it out and we'll see that, but nothing. Because Austin Simmons has said himself, he's like, hey, I think we'd have the best quarterback room in the country if we have me and Lagway there. Because when you think about it, if Austin Simmons reclassifies to 2023, he's probably not playing this year at all. He would have to learn an entire playbook and get up to speed with the college game. He's probably not playing. So he'd basically be here for the fall, and then 2024 comes around, and he's ready to compete, where he can compete with DJ Lagway. But Austin Simmons' presence will likely not shake DJ Lagway away. So that if Austin Simmons reclassifies to 2023, that's the case. I don't think Austin Simmons would reclassify to 2024. That would concern me a little bit. I will say that. But I don't think he would reclassify to 2024. If he stays in 2025, then that's fantastic because you've got DJ Lagway for 2024. DJ Lagway and Austin Simmons can battle it out for 2025 if you want to do that, and 2026. And then if DJ Lagway keeps winning those battles, he probably goes up to the NFL. Austin Simmons is 2026 and beyond, and that's that. So you've got your quarterback situation, assuming all things hold, you've got your quarterback situation pretty solidly wrapped up. Austin Simmons also said that one of the reasons he committed to Florida is because he knows that with the Florida Gators, he can be himself. He said, I can be Austin Simmons. And what I take away from that is that he's not going to be put into this box. You know, Billy Napier let Anthony Richardson be Anthony Richardson. He said, Billy Napier has publicly said, you know, we didn't run Anthony Richardson as much as we wanted to, because we couldn't run Anthony Richardson as much as we wanted to. What's up, Zach? He said we couldn't run Anthony Richardson as much as we wanted to because our quarterback situation in 2022 was rough. Like, depth was not there, so we couldn't run Anthony Richardson as much as we wanted to. And we know Billy Napier's fine running his quarterback. He did it with Levi Lewis at Louisiana. We know he's fine doing it. It was legitimately just, we have no idea what we would do at quarterback if Anthony Richardson were to get banged up. So we know that Billy Napier is not going to restrict his quarterback from being himself. So that is one thing Austin Simmons said he loved. Another thing Austin Simmons said that he loved about Florida, which I truly do love, was that he thinks Ryan O'Hara, who is an offensive analyst for Florida, he specializes on quarterbacks, that he said he thinks Ryan O'Hara is one of the best quarterback coaches in the country, which, yes, he's not technically the quarterback coach, but yes, he works with quarterbacks primarily. That I love, because Ryan O'Hara is someone that I do love, and I really hope does get a little bit of a bump up to actual quarterback coach in an effort to retain him long term, because if the room starts finding success and Ryan O'Hara is here as an analyst, he's probably going to get a job somewhere as a quarterback coach. So I'm hoping that he gets that bump sooner in Gainesville rather than later somewhere else. And another thing with Austin Simmons is that he said Florida's offense, they do a lot of things similar to what he did at Pahokee, where he was the starting quarterback, obviously. So for Austin Simmons, he's like, yeah, I get to come here. I get to be myself in an offense that I'm pretty comfortable with, which is a massive, massive advantage if you're a quarterback. Like that, you just can't get by it. But here's the thing also, it's 2025. We know now as Florida Gators fans to never chalk things as it's a done deal. However, we can say that he's considering reclassifying. He said he doesn't know yet what he's going to do or not, but this is still a big deal for the Florida Gators. You've added your blue chip quarterback for 2025, and if he does reclassify to 2023, awesome. Also, as far as 2023 goes, I know that the question is, how could you reclassify to 2023 at this late in the game? Deuce Robinson, one of the top-ranked tight ends, if not the top-ranked tight end in the country, just committed to USC like last week, and he's been a 2023 kid. So this is not a situation where you cannot go. This is a situation where Florida Gators have their QB, whether he's 2023, 25, whatever it is. You've got Austin Simmons committed right now, and that's the important part, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. As you know, we will have a full episode tomorrow, but I love getting to do these bonus commit ones. So I am stoked about it. For Locked On Gators, I'm Brandon Olson. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at WNS_Brandon. Find all my written work with Whole Line Sports, Giants Country, NFL 33. And I will see you all tomorrow.